Hello guys, once again you're welcome to my channel. Today I will be dealing with still on the Meshgrid 3D Python Jupyter plotting, but this time this Meshgrid is an interactive plot, a 3D that can be rotational, a 3D that you can use with your cursor after plotting. You can be able to rotate through all the coordinates, look through all the coordinates of this plot. This is what I will be showing you today in my video. Okay, I will just call it any color, or I think I call it medium turquoise. Yeah, if ever it's going to be spelled correctly, medium turquoise. Good. So then our next would be our first bar, which we can call magneta. To we say 0.66, how the intensity should increase, and 1. We can even say 2, or we can decide to even say the intensity should be 0.5, 0.8, and 2. It depends on what we want. So now we are still on this. Now we've been able to define so far, we're able to see that we have the color bar title, the color scale of how we want the color bar to look. Now what this command does is that this command is going to help us, it's going to label the color at 0.5, which is half of 1, so which means the whole color bar, it's for example 1 in length, and so 0.5 of it will be this color, and 0 bar of this color bar would be gold, and so. This is what this does, and so this fits the intensity of how the color mesh should be like. Now the next thing we want to put into consideration is to be able to give the vertex of the triangles. Remember, we are building a triangle, and so we want to be able to build the vertex of the triangle, so we have to represent this triangle by 4 tetrahedral surfaces, and so this is what we want to do. And how we want to do this is by saying you can decide to take this and say we define it by saying h. Let's consider h to be height, for example. Now we say 0, 2, 0, 1. We'll just give it anything. 1, so we'll just give it anything. Then next we want to say t. Well, this is represented excuse me, it's best represented with ij, so that we know that these are the vertex. So we have 1, 2, 3, 2. We can as well leave that in this situation. And so lastly we have ijk, so we have do the same thing. We have 2, 3, 1, let's say 3. Now we can decide to say the name. What is the name? What are we expecting to be the name of this figure? We can decide to let it go. Then the next thing we want to do is we want to say show scale. Oh, I think I already include this here. So we want to show the scale we want to leave the show scale to be on true, because this is what we expect to see when we say show scale. So we can decide to bring this here, not to get ourselves confused. Very good. Now we've been able to I think these are the most necessary things that we need. We can just decide to say I even decide to leave this here, it's not bad. So, and we can also add so when we correct that, and when we correct the K, we're having magento, and so when we run this again, then we should have very good. So we should have a plot, a triangular plot. Now, the beauty of this rotational, we will see here that this is what we have: a scale of 1, and 0.5 was this for the color bar. That's what we've included, that this should be this color and this. And now we could see that our triangle can rotate 3 degrees, which is what we aim to reach, where we can plot a 3D mesh grid that is interactive or rotational. So we simply can rotate this by just holding with our mouse or and rotate, and so we could see that it even tells us the position that currently we are, that x is at this point 1, y 0, and as we can see, at every point it gives us the coordinate of where we are at every edges. So now this is how to plot a triangular mesh grid or rotational interactive plot in Python Jupyter. In our next class, or in our next video, I will be showing you how to make also another example of the 3D mesh interactive plot. Thank you for joining, and please subscribe.